c5 takes d6 was good enough for Magnus. This move, rook g4, is an added finesse. I can understand the move in the sense that Magnus might think to himself, well, the knight is going to come to d4 or perhaps even c3, and then my rook on g3 would be a target. So I put my rook nicely on g4. I permanently end any ideas of black of playing queen takes e4, but I'm not sure. I just think that he could have just gone directly ahead. He did play the move rook g4, knight c3. Okay, just so obvious ideas of some sources of counterplay here with e4 and e2, but let's see. Again, what is it in particular that Magnus is unhappy about after c5 takes d6? I do not know. Again, this is an atomic bomb-like threat of queen takes f7 check in the position, followed by knight takes e5 winning at once. And let me just say that I'm less impressed than I ever was before about the move queen takes h6, queen takes e4. I feel like definitely in this case the rook, whoops, what's going on? Sorry. No, this is something this was queen takes h6, sorry. I apologize. So what has happened? No. I need an update on the moves. I think I've got the wrong position. No, I have the right position. Rook g4, knight c3. Okay, once more. Let's do it again. Queen takes h6 now looks less good because of queen takes e4. I can't take the queen because the trade gives all kinds of health or hope, to black. But let's see this. Again, why isn't this just over? What is it that Magnus sees that I am not seeing at the moment? c5 takes d6. Now, again, I'm really struggling here, but knight takes e5. Oh, no. That would be no. This, I just want to point out that the unstoppable checkmate is met by checkmate first. So knight takes e5. He just may be double checking that. How convincing is this actually? There is a rook e7 with these ideas of check and knight e2. Something strange. I mean, I was lauding Magnus a moment ago for his precise and relentless precision, and then this hiccup with rook g4 just at the moment of victory. I thought c5 takes d6 was good enough. Rook g4 maybe a bit of an over finesse. Knight c3, and now I'm almost feeling like it's time to win the game all over again. And a little bit hurriedly, I haven't been paying attention to the times, but a little bit hurriedly, Magnus, oh my, has gone down to 3 minutes. And 3 minutes on his clock, and Yifan is, again, she's putting up heroic resistance in the face of disaster, imminent disaster striking. And I think she's got this great shot, queen takes e4. Let me go back here for a second. clearly, any resolution that ends up with a knight arriving on e5 is a no-brainer. You can't go there with that. But this move, queen takes e4, threatening queen takes g4. Let me get there we go. Threatening queen takes g4. The queen needs the rook to keep the pawn, and if rook takes, pawn takes, again, where there's life, there's hope. A bit uneasy. Thank you, Thomas. That echoing my thoughts concisely. A bit uneasy, and you can see it in his body language that Magnus has erred. He slipped somewhere. Ooh! Hu Yifan did not play the move queen takes e4. She played knight takes e4. Oh, I'm sure this comes as a fantastic relief for Magnus. Knight takes e4. Whoa. Knight takes e4. Why doesn't this get refuted at once? Queen takes e6. Knight takes c5. So, gosh darn it, I'm blind. I hope I saw this very nice opportunity of maybe forgetting, oops, about queen takes f2 check, but this looks like there should be some imminent disaster associated with it. I'll find it in a second, just a second. Oh my. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Terrible. Queen takes e6. Knight. Oh, this is so bad. It's horrifying. Knight takes e5, forking the queen and the rook, and there's no the d pawn is pinned. That's what I want to say, and that is a blow for sure. Ooh. So. Queen takes e6, Magnus considering a situation. Any other nasty tactics that he can deliver? No, he decided that queen takes e6 again. Let me just he took some time on that move. He didn't have a lot of time. Okay, where are you? 1 minute and 59. So his clock had gone from 3 minutes to basically a minute and a half before the bonus kicked in and gave him a little bit more time. But queen takes e6. So Magnus, even though he's in the driver's seat, he's still feeling the pressure. No pushover, this women's champion, Hu Yifan, doing her absolute best to going toe-to-toe with world champion Magnus Carlsen, and Magnus is feeling the heat, but if he gets the variation that I pointed out a moment ago, this he can play in his sleep. This he can move very, very rapidly. I mean to say, he's a pawn to the good with the pawn on a5 falling, and he will play this very, very quickly, like a good blitz player would, and reel the point home in record time. I don't think that offers the woman who's world champion anything. But on the other hand, what can she do if she doesn't play knight takes c5? Bad things are happening. Very bad things are happening. Knight takes e5 and other things. Knight takes f2. Okay, a little bit desperado. Knight takes f2. I understand what she's trying to do. Unfortunately, it simply doesn't work. She's hoping that after knight takes e5, knight takes h3, the Magnus will blunder with g takes h3 so she can check and recapture and stay in the game. But unfortunately for Hu Yifan. After knight takes e5, knight takes h3. It's the king move. The king sidesteps all of the tricks, and king h2 is a cold winner. By the way, I do believe knight takes e5 has been played on the board. Yes, we have this position. Again, the d-pawn is pinned. D-pawn, d6 takes e5, queen takes e6. Thank you very much. Sign the score sheets. f7 is hanging, the rook is hanging, the queen is hanging, the knight is not hanging, it's protected. Knight takes h3, king h2, and Magnus will be relieved that he has finally won this game, and probably wondering how she resisted so well in a difficult position. Some serious errors came from Hu Yifan. I think this was the moment where she missed her last opportunity to put up heroic resistance, and that could have only been achieved with the move queen takes e4, and I'm sure Magnus would have been really annoyed had she done that. I mean, missed opportunity. What had happened instead was, oops, sorry. Let me just clear the missed opportunity back here. Queen h6, not queen takes e4, but knight takes e4, and now the world champion will be very pleased to be sharing first as we reach a little bit past the halfway point, this being the end of round 7. The Vaikanze Chess Festival is a marathon event, 14 players, single round robin, fortunately, not the double round robin, single round robin of 13 games, and we'll be here with you live streaming all of them. My own personal schedule, I'm going to be here this weekend and the final weekend, but somewhere in between we'll have other hosts and commentators and the players, of course, joining, and we'll also have a round that will be played in The Hague, the political capital of Holland. Holland is a country that has 2 capitals, Amsterdam and The Hague. The Hague is the seat of the central government. Ivanchuk may be losing. Oh my gosh. Now that would be a result. We're keeping our eye on the webcam because I think that Hu Yifan is reconciling herself. We see knight takes h3 check, king h2 very quickly by Magnus. And I thought I saw a hand. Oh, because Magnus was writing down the move king h2. She was waiting. I thought she was going to resign, and then I thought she was reaching to make a move. But congratulations to Magnus, and really a very good effort by women's world champion Hu Yifan to hold. She certainly made Magnus's life difficult. I saw a comment, tough kid, right on. That is the case. So salute to both players. Moving to Ivanchuk. Oops, wrong board. I'll find it. And I think I'm on it actually now. Whoa. This was essentially the only way that Anish... King f8. I thought that, okay,